right, so it is now time for Talk the Ting with Kim. So as you know, this is our discussion segment every Friday at 7 p.m. We have various topics. As I always like to encourage you guys to submit topics. If it is there something that you want us to discuss, you want our perspective on, if we agree, we disagree, if we, with feelings about it, whatever it is, feel free to send us a direct message, aka a DM. Commenting cannot connect with direct message anymore. Everything is abbreviation like RCDTKAB something. Right? Me know me hear a bunch of letters like that. So Sean it can DM us with your topics. All right. So last week, if it is that you tuned in and if it is that you didn't, we spoke about the tips for a successful long distance relationship, right? And last week's topic, may I tell you, it was a whole lot. One thing that I kept seeing on the live was that everybody in a long distance relationship expect bun. Right? Everybody was saying, yo, it's inevitable. One person got as far as to say, if you and the person were put in different parishes or countries, God never wanted to meet. Right? So, to each their own. And I said, you know what? We need a part 2 to this discussion. I would actually like to speak to persons who have the experience. Researching is one thing, you can't read up and do all these things. But when you're in it, it's a different scenario. So, we're going to ask the Rotaract Club to be a part of this discussion. They helped us out last week as well. It was very impromptu this week as well. So guys, don't judge them. Although we don't normally judge nobody still, but it's all about fun, educating each other, learning from each other, and all of that. All right, so I want to know first and foremost, when I got too much in on the business, so anybody want to know them business, and they don't, if that's not tuning in for, and that way I talk about, right? We just want their opinions overall. All right, so firstly, who has ever been in a long distance relationship?
Okay, the ladies.
Oh no, over draw a chair for Vanessa. Vanessa over the corner with a
Put
little.
her on. She put her on.
Over the corner with the soul like this.
She had to hide.
Feeling my area.
Right, all of a sudden. And the way it close to, like she thinks I'm going to catch it.
But she had tried, she said, she had tried to tell herself, well, at least me never lie.
But it's sort of tough.
And on my part, she never see it behind my head, you know what I'm saying?
And the mosquito, they're going to find her eye. She'll still block the mosquito, But Emma, you can feel free to share your input.
Yeah, man, one of the gents can give her a seat. Yeah, this is what you call anonymous information.
No worry, we're not using name. You can just join the conversation. All right, so out of the 5 persons we have, 3 or 4?
3.
3 of you guys said. So the 3 females.
Yeah.
I realized that, so that's why I said let me double check. So the 3 females in here, the rest of some things, but we'll soon get into it. And last week we had male perspectives, so I love that we have females talking, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 females in studio have experienced a long distance relationship, while the 2 gentlemen say, right? And as the rest say, there's a reason for that. We're going to find out shortly. All right, so I said, I don't want to get too much into the business, but feel free to share, whatever you're comfortable sharing. So firstly, in that scenario, was it or is it a past relationship or a current relationship?
Any of them current.
Any of them current.
If it's current, I don't want you to put up your hand. I just want you to close one eye. If it's... Because the ladies, they look like them don't want to show you anything.
No, all them look nervous.
I feel like I'm being set up.
Kim said, is it current? Me not see none of them move. So I say, all right. If you don't want to make any big
They must try to decide the relationship terms right now. Like, hold on, but they tell him so it done or not.
If it's current, close your eyes. All right, so, okay.
I'm sure Vanessa is no regretting blocking the mosquito.
But anyway, so it doesn't look like they're current.
So nobody's current in a current long distance relationship, right?
He might think it's current, but
it's not very current. All right, so on this side of the fence, it's not current. Right. All right. So before we even get into that, gentlemen, I like the fact that there's a gender disparity right now. I want to know, why is it that you have, first of all, have you ever had a scenario to even choose to be in one? And if so, why didn't you?
No, like I said before, it's a challenge that I don't think I'd want to take
on.
up.
Okay.
But did you even get a scenario like you met somebody who wasn't in the same parish or overseas and you really click, but you're pretty the distance? Any scenario like that they go on?
No.
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 So everybody for you local.
Yeah.
Every attraction for you local.
Alright, put it this way. So I've met persons before, like overseas, but the attraction has never gone that far. For me.
Right.
So you know what? Let's get into a relationship or have that conversation.
Yeah.
So,
You say you look nice, you'd be good, but
Your distance, yeah. So the attraction does stop right and stuff.
nothing. Yeah.
All right, and for you as well, Shanroy, feel free to come closer. You're in the discussion, sir. Don't think you take for yourself. You might not be in the seat, but you're in the discussion. So, sir,
say we're broadcasting live on the network, on the web, so people overseas can listen. So she will know whether or not you own her up.
But listen, I'm telling you, Jamaican people mix up, On the live, Michael Mendes said, mine are the bonner man, them others the long distance, I have to keep it hush.
No.
So that's why everybody gets silent, like, you know what? Like no face,
that's
no
why
case.
no courage. It bridge, it no courage.
Sir, my mate JFS coming here and stop it.
No man,
Right?
just know about that,
So yes, sir. Why? First of all, did you have the opportunity to be in one? And if so, what? Why you decide not to?
No.
The answer can be no, sir.
Not gonna pursue a long distance.
Okay, you don't pursue it.
Yeah.
So even if she said she look like Mrs. Right, once
And
you
she
say,
have all
you ask her
the
where
thing
she
them for your
live,
list.
and she said she live across the seas. You say no, nobody.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Oh, that picture.
And why is that? Why you think why you choose not to do a long distance relationship?
Well, based on my definition of relationship, can't really be long distance.
Come closer to the person.
We're hearing him, but
Okay.
you can come into the spotlight a little bit. You
Yeah.
say, long distance relationship and long distance for you is not in the same sentence.
I'm not really relationship, maybe WhatsApp buddies or something.
Oh, okay. So phone pal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was-
Pen pal, phone pal.
Pen pal turn phone pal.
Oh, okay. Message pal. Anything there. Because you need a relationship, you need to see each other.
Have relations.
Out of sight, out of mind, eh?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry when them call film.
No, I love it. So that's why I want honest feedback, guys. So don't filter nothing because you don't think you will be what everybody else thinks or whatever. No, whatever it is that you think, that's what I want here.
And
you
let
know?
me just give a disclaimer out there. Is the views expressed here, if these people are in relationships and so on, don't call them up and hold these things against them. It's just for discussion purposes only.
Right.
All right? So nobody bring it up in the argument next
even
week.
though they did see them on camera, and them did say it.
It's
you
just
know?
for discussion purposes.
Yeah.
Facts and information might be coincidental, but are not necessarily true. Here we go.
All right, so for the ladies then, because we just spoke to the men, how did you meet, and we can ask each of you guys, how did you meet the person you were in a long distance relationship with, and how did that relationship begin?
Starting with the one closest to Kim.
You're free him.
Met at school, so it's somebody who is a Jamaican.
Okay, they were started close.
Yeah.
And then somebody migrate or left or...
Right.
Uh-huh. And then how did that relationship begin?
So it began when they were at school, right?
Yeah.
No, so you guys were together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before it became
away
long.
for
Right.
school.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Right.
Okay. And how long did it last after the
Long
friends
distance?
became? Yeah. How
3
long?
years.
3 years.
So how many years at school and then how many years at the distance? So how many years close? How many years distance?
2 years.
2 years close, 3
Yeah.
years
So
distance.
5 years
So
total.
So the distance did not go on a little distance. Okay.
Yeah, they're
all right.
gone
Yeah.
because 3 years is a long time.
Yeah, that's
All
that's
right.
good.
So what about you? How did you meet the person and how did it begin?
Similar story. We met in college, and he then went to Barbados.
All right. To a country far from ours. Okay.
No man, there are many countries,
Yes.
so we can
Give me
call.
specific-
Should I get
we can
specific?
call
Okay, I was-
country name.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
just
should not
trying
call man name, country
Okay.
name.
to- Such
So-
man. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So he then went to continue studies
In that country.
In that country.
Yeah.
Um,
So how many years in Jamaica before they went to the other
you know,
country?
honestly, I don't remember.
They never do the maths, but
No, man, as in, because we were together before, it was for a little bit, and then
Def-
he was back and forth.
Okay.
So, as in, it wasn't like I don't see him any
Right.
at all. he did come and visit, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but how long did it last overall?
Don't remember, honestly.
Like
so
a year?
Like, no,
Give me an estimate, man. Like
probably like
couple months.
No, man, like 2 something years.
About okay.
2
about
years on.
Not bad.
Yeah.
At least we
Okay.
get an idea.
Okay.
Alright,
And the lady over there that was blocking mosquito earlier but get drawn into the conversation.
Oh, I really don't understand why I'm in this conversation.
Right. Right.
Okay,
But
so
yes, how did you meet and how did it begin?
so we met. Well, the person was living here.
Mhm.
He migrated after probably 4 years of knowing him, but we're just friends.
Mm-hmm.
While he was up there, started texting more
Mhm.
often.
The WhatsApp get hot.
Yeah.
You know WhatsApp buddy apart.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Then it started. We were on and off for a couple of years until we
Okay.
realized this isn't for us. And
Okay.
So a couple years is about how much?
A couple came too. Why you do the
on
girl
and
this?
off. So probably studied for probably a year the most.
Okay.
Oh,
We're
5
on
years
and
the
off.
So
most.
you get couple years out of it.
On and off. So
On and off. So she put the space in between as
Minus the
well.
gaps.
She put in the gap them, you know, the
Okay, so that's,
yeah.
that's the net profit then.
Right.
I know you're trying to get me in trouble.
No, I was just trying to do the maths. All right.
All right. So on that note, then, ladies, how did you feel about long distance relationships before agreeing? So for two of you, it was a transition because, like I said last week, sometimes long distance relationships don't start like that. You're with the person, an opportunity comes up, whether it's work, school, whatever came up, and distance became a factor in the relationship. So I want to know before that, how did you feel about long distance relationships? Is it that you never ever, you said you'll never ever be in one, or and you compromise now because you thought this person was worth it, or you were always just open to the idea? Like, what was your thought process before agreeing to this?
I was always open to it because for me, if you're gonna make something work, because there's actual effort
Yeah.
from both parties.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I was willing to put in that effort.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For me, if you're my person and you have decided that I'm your person, it doesn't matter location. We just have a mutual understanding kind of thing. So I didn't have any feelings towards long distance before, but I knew that that was my person and he had to go, so he would still be my person. So long distance just made sense.
Okay. And for you?
It's really just about the energy, the connection
Mm-hmm.
with that person, and if it's worth sticking it out for. Because like most men, my fellow Rotaractors, I am not for the long distance, but for that right person, I will.
You made
Give
the
it a
effort.
try.
I'll make the effort.
Okay.
All right. So what I realized so far is that the gentlemen so far just have a hard pass, right?
Yeah.
But the ladies, it's all about if it's for the right person, if that's your person, if we have a connection, if are you, and no matter if you go to the opposite end of the world, are you same way,
I
right?
can show you the world. Yeah, so they're willing to give it a try.
The
Give
ladies
it a
are
chance.
willing. So,
Yeah.
gentlemen, I know you guys haven't been in it, but if you were in a relationship already and your woman decides, boy, babe, a job or school or whatever, is that the end of the relationship?
Let's give an
or-
example. Let's say two scenarios, 6 months and then 12 months. She said, okay, I got to go
She
for
said,
6
boy,
months and come back.
school or
and
work
then I'm going
or-
to go for 1 year and come back again.
Relationship done or, willing for. And
Give
bear
it
in
a
mind, we're
try.
talking about not a new person, somebody
Yeah.
you're with.
Probably 2 years in. Here we go.
I mean, for me, it depends.
Mm.
So if you're married,
No, we're not reached marriage.
no, we're not.
We just has a relationship.
If I tell you to the ring, you have to involve.
Clearly,
Yeah.
sir, if you're married, you can't go divorce the woman because she go somewhere for 6 months. Brother, don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean,
yeah.
it depends.
Just a relationship, 2 years, probably not think about marriage.
You're probably a pre-married,
yeah.
but chef go travel now, so you put it
Before
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would work with that. I think I can work with that because having long distance relationship, as we would have mentioned last week, that would have to set some boundaries. And for me, time would have to be a part of that, because if we're having a long distance relationship and we're just going, and at no point in time we're discussing how long or how much further are we going to do this.
Yeah,
it's
the
time
end
for us
game.
to be
Together at one point.
in one place together. So I think if it's like a 6 month to a year, I think I can work with that.
But over the year,
But
As him say,
I can't go over the year now, but I'd say maximum 3 years if we are having a long distance relationship.
So you
must
not
come
exceed
together
that.
after the
After the 3 years.
union, I forgot.
Yeah.
Curtis Shakespeare said, easy thing that's all in the mind. That you say.
So them say. As soon as 1 month pass. Anyway, you sir over there.
Alright, so before I answer,
Yeah.
I'd like to point out for all the ladies, them
Yeah.
long distance relationship with them person going.
Mm-hmm.
Non-existent, right?
Sir.
Wow.
Remember that we have we don't have a large we call it now target group at the moment, right? And once again,
Because there are success stories. Because actually, when I asked persons, if they knew people who either were or are in long distance relationships, the downfall of this was that the people I could speak to are now all overseas.
Right,
So I
that's
couldn't
right.
get them to come in studio. So there are success stories,
No,
but I've
I
had to do
agree.
an over
I
the
agree.
phone
And
thing.
it's-
and then not only that, remember these relationship based on how they mentioned it, they all started somewhat school, college. No people are there with them in the college now, all when them live next door.
And them live next door and them
So-
still close and it still not work out.
So that's we have a little, bias based on the
Yeah, man.
situation.
So-
But
So yes.
run
Alright.
your thing.
Yeah, so for me, if you're with the person and you build a foundation already, then 6 months to a year, so but you can have some visits in between and thing, So 6 months to a year.
But what's the
Work it out.
longest for you? Like how he said 3 years. What do you think of the longest you could have deal with the distance
If
there?
after a year, none of us are in a position to file for each other.
Say what the foreign I know.
And the ramping of myself, listen to me.
12 months.
If we don't see the documents that come together, I
Chair.
No man, I'm in the conversation. He's just being a gentleman,
Yeah.
But yeah, so Curtis said, yeah man, it's all in the mind as long as you keep in touch regularly, which is important.
And ensure that no one else is touching.
But you can't ensure that in person either.
See?
So that's the thing,
It's about
people keep
ensuring,
putting
guys.
so much butter
You
up
have
on
to
long
hold your own.
distance. And like people said last week, if you talk about bun inevitably in a long distance, bun also happening in a close distance, right? You're probably not the same place at the same time when bun are gone.
We are not from the bun society. We are the good
No,
ones holding
you're
it.
from the bakery.
No, but I know success story of long distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, man.
And them I come from high school.
Okay.
And I actually.
It happens.
And I also know persons who didn't have that bond before.
Yeah.
Like they met online for whatever reason, them
Yeah.
connect. And eventually them, and it's some random country too, some
Yeah.
country you don't even know
Them
them.
goodly probably
Red
even
flag,
speak the
red
same
flag.
language.
Right?
All right,
But they connect and they work.
Online meeting.
the world is so diverse and people are so diverse that, trust me, people do make these connections.
It's just more
They might
options.
not have like a large group of them doing it, or making the connection successful, but they're gonna be success cases.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's what I want to sort of highlight with this discussion.
Yeah.
Every time I mention long distance, everybody's like a big red flag, right? So we sort of want to make it know it's okay. A lot of people have done it, or either are doing it and making it work. So don't make nobody else standards or boundaries,
True.
be your boundary. Don't make nobody else experience stop you as well. If you think you have something, right? And bear in mind, not a promise to nobody. You and I can be in the same parish
Yeah.
and it still don't work out.
And it's, one of the big factors is that because we are from one of the major producers of bun, we are from the country.
From a big bakery.
Right.
A big bakery.
It is one of the biggest fears.
Yeah.
And then also persons who, would have been, bakers in this factory also fear it when they decide to give up the task. You get what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So a lot of things to consider, but it is possible. You just have to
It is possible.
find the right.
And at no
person
point
to do
did I
it.
ever say it was easy.
Yeah.
So on that note, based on your experience, and this will be for the ladies, because their experience, what was the hardest part of being in a long distance relationship?
And do not say the fear of bun.
No.
Right.
What was the hardest part?
So no, not even that.
No,
I
man,
think
look at you
after a
then.
time, after a time, we kind of lost connection because like we'd have probably like a specific time band within which to speak, and then it got to a point where I didn't know what was going on in his life. Really, he
Right.
didn't really know what was going on in mine, and unfortunately, it kind of got to a space. It sounds horrid, but like I forgot that he existed.
So you drifted apart in a
So
Yeah.
you just got physically distant.
Yeah.
It got really
yeah,
distant.
Right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it became
out of sight, out
Yeah.
of mind.
Literally, yeah.
Right.
All
Okay.
right.
Anyone else?
Okay, for me, communication one. But as I guess they touched on earlier, after a period of time, you want to make this thing permanent, like
Yeah.
be in the same space. And we always thought about how we were going to get that done.
Okay.
So
So you didn't really get that notion that you guys were settling to a moving together place. It
Yes.
just kept going distant.
yes.
Okay. All right.
So the hardest part for you was just not being able to spend as much
Yeah, 'cause
time.
after a time we're like, okay, we need one of us need to come. Either
Yes.
he come back.
Somebody for compromise.
Somebody need to come somewhere so
And
we
there
can,
couldn't be an agreement there.
No.
Cause you know, say the matches can't light unless the box come to.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Just not being
That
able
was
to
deep,
see
by the
them
way.
when you'd want to see them. So, having to condition your mind that, okay, I won't be able to see you until 3 months. So no matter what happens between now and then, you just have to tough it out until you see them until that time.
Like
so,
a G.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So that's the common. I think that's actually the biggest struggle for
Yeah.
most people. The fact that if you're having a bad day, you can't just show up.
Right.
If you want a date night, you can't just say, hey,
If
what you
you
doing
want-
tomorrow night?
For
You
the
know?
ladies, if they want a chest to rest on.
And some nights he doesn't want that, that comfort, that cuddling.
Yes. You stay over there, sir. You stay over there. You stay over
But
there.
he said, then we get a chest.
The baker.
head baker.
He just seems to make himself available. But no, seriously, I mean,
I feel like him out there providing chest. feel like I'm a business out here,
it's all like,
Chest not a big.
remember, say the man is a traveler, it's all like a moving business. Anyway, what I'm saying is,
The chest will come to
it is
you.
very important because, they have the conversation going. And as I said last week, Kimmie, once you're talking to somebody and you're saying to them, oh, I can't wait to see you. I just want to hold
Eventually.
you. 2 weeks of that, and then you reach 6 months of, oh, I just want to hold you. So when we are going to hold each other now, you get what I'm saying? It gets a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be definitely one of the hardest things to deal
So
with.
that leads back to what Carty said, where she said, as long as you keep in touch regularly, as much as that is a plus, it is
Physical
not
touch.
enough. That's what I said.
Yeah.
It goes back to what she said. I think, keeping in touch and communication, as you said, WhatsApp buddies is one thing, but you need more than that. I think that's really one of the biggest benefits of a relationship, having that person that you kind of spend time with, bond with, cuddle with, have that TLC, all of that, right? And it's not necessarily readily available in a long distance relationship. So I'm guessing, based on our small survey in here, the biggest struggle in a long distance relationship is not being able to spend that time when you really want to.
Jamaican women, they like to,
Well, I'm gonna clean up my ear for that one, yeah. I'm gonna clean up my ears for that one,
set
yeah.
up myself with the introduction.
I'm gonna clean up my ears.
Never hold fort and
Uh-huh.
never continue. Jamaican women, yeah?
Anyone
like
have
to-
no pebble out there?
they
Any
like-
pebbles?
Watch out, no man, don't think somebody. They like to enjoy their person.
Not just Jamaican women.
No man, Jamaican women like to enjoy them person. Cause guess why? If they are they want to go movies with them person. If they want to watch show with them. You get what I'm saying? So this whole thing where you have phone prop up beside you, or WhatsApp video or FaceTime, I show them the movie. That can't work for too long,
You can work part-time, but not for too long.
And then when, okay, he sends her to the all-inclusive hotel for the weekend. Fine. But she can't too snap and show the elbow in the thing. You get what I say? She can't snap and show the man's shoulder. Or,
Arm chest.
or, you get what I say? Them things
So
that...
it may not be the same chest.
for whatever reason. But I'm just saying, that part of their moral, can that give them a little vibe, to say, yeah, she have him shoulder in the picture.
Yeah.
You get what I say? All right. Because the friend them I look on. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right then.
Fair enough. So,
Whereas
no-
if it's a brother where, nice, I look good, then want to show him. No, show up in the guys, them, ladies. That don't do again.
What?
Wrong group.
that not keep again.
All right, so stick to shoulders and elbow and them something there.
No, as she said, people feel like it's an embarrassment.
So shoulders and elbows.
So they stick to that.
Yeah.
No, if you realize now, once upon a time, ladies used to show them partner like, whoa,
Yeah.
DP, status, everything, everybody know about them. Boo.
Yeah.
I hardly see it these days.
Apparently for true.
Hardly see it these days. Because people are like, yo, I think the worst part is like, I guess after a breakup,
Yeah.
you have to go through and delete all the picture of them.
You know, some realize enough for the IG them. I go from like 35 to 3 picture.
Three
Real
picture.
quick.
Yes, so
Real
that
quick.
is why to save that work that you
Yeah.
have to do,
Just not
you just
bother
not bother post. Right?
I see.
So I've heard people now make a new rule. So if it reach marriage,
Yeah.
then we'll post them. But if not before that,
They get
cause interchangeable. Huh?
It's a silhouette.
A
I still-
silhouette.
You might get a shadow. You might get a chest. You know?
Wow.
So yeah, that was a side note, but it's something I've really realized that ladies, yeah, men were never big on that before. Ladies
Yeah,
were really
we
big
not
on
really-
that, but the ladies them tone it down wicked. The
Wow.
most you might see, or when special occasion come and they want to feel a part of it, yeah, you might see somebody. Like, you know, the matching PJs in a Christmas or Valentine's Day, you know, oh, look what he sent me.
Yeah.
You may see something like that and you may get a little inkling as to who, but them not
That
really.
usually, I don't even see that really going on. That I usually like the family picture them.
Oh,
like,
the married
when
people
they
them.
have, no,
And
not
all
even
that.
married, but like, let's say they have a kid together, they will come together for that.
For that purpose.
Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, man, the ladies tone that down wickedly. All right, so back to this topic. Knowing all you now know, do you think you did all you could do to make your relationship work? Or is there something that you would have done differently if given the chance?
Think about it.
Don't all answer at once.
No, I can answer. As in, this is something that's, as in, this is not something that I've thought about in
Right.
a
Yeah.
while. But I think from that experience, like I learned a lot about myself in terms of what I was willing to compromise on and what I wasn't willing to compromise on, and I grew from that relationship a lot as a person.
Yeah.
I've made peace with the fact that that relationship ended, and I'm happy for him in his life and
Yeah.
whatever he's doing. So I have no ill will or ill sentiment towards him in any way, shape, or form. So it's a relationship, although it ended, as I think everything is for a moment and for a time, and for the time that we spent together, I grew as a person. So that wasn't a wasted experience.
So you think you'd be a professional long distance relationshiper if you get the chance
No,
again?
I don't think I would be a professional long distance relationship. But like I would only kind of put myself back into that situation if I was married.
Okay, so if you have certain things secure,
Yes,
then you give it a
structurally,
That
chance.
stability and the
structurally,
foundation.
As in, like, if the relationship structurally has certain things in place
Yeah.
already, then because why am I gonna sit down and wait on somebody?
So you know what to look forward to next time then in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fair enough.
For me, no regrets. I learned a lot. I think it actually kind of cemented our relationship more. It made us much stronger because we were able to withstand long distance longer than we were personally together. And I think that assisted us to bring out the friendship that we had in the relationship even more. And for that, I'm grateful for, because we're still friends now.
I
So
was
even though the
gonna ask that, you know.
relationship didn't work out, it's still somebody I talk to almost every day, I would want to say.
But hope
my
somebody
friend.
now listen will go create no problem.
It's just my
you know.
friend.
Why, Kim?
Okay.
Everybody, I open
Just-
up like I would.
Just a friend.
Okay.
But yeah, we grew a lot.
Yeah.
And I think in the situation, knowing that we weren't together, we kind of actually helped each other to grow individually as a person as well. So yeah, I learned a lot, and I've taken a lot of lessons from that relationship.
Okay.
So it's sort of like you were able to put certain things on back burner because you couldn't read nothing about it. So like the physical aspect and whatever, you got to focus more on personality type.
Right.
Your goals, encourage each other, push you because you can't read nothing else
Right.
from your distance.
Kim,
So that's
stop
really what
talking
you
about the
did.
girl, Candy. She could have done lots of stuff, but not, physically.
No, we actually saw each other because he came back to the
See?
island probably like 3 times a year.
See
so
there? She get her.
it's probably my spoiled behavior. I want him to be here more than.
See there?
Yeah, but
I like that. I like that you just said that. You know,
Alright.
I like that.
Okay.
What about you, my lady?
I'd rather not to comment.
Okay. So you didn't do all you could, or you think you did? You could have done a little better, or you say, boy,
Or
we give it a good
You
try.
try everything and you say, boy, it just never work. I
Well,
did.
sometimes you can't try everything.
done more.
But
You
give
could
it-
have done more.
Okay. And okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right. And I want to know, what advice do you have for others that are pursuing long distance. Why everybody start laugh?
All right, Kim. We're gonna go to a quick break, people. When we come back, we find out the answer to this question from our ladies, and we have the gents in studio.
Yeah.
All of We're gonna hear them views as well. Fantastic Friday. Start with King with Kim. Long distance relationship. I see you over there. I will get to you after the break.
News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.